Welcome to Module 5, How to Take Good Notes. Taking notes for students with disabilities requires slightly different skills than taking notes for yourself. Here are some considerations to think about when you are taking notes for CEDAR. Remember that students who receive note-taking as an accommodation could have disabilities which include reading disabilities, medical conditions which require them to miss class often, problems retaining information they heard, severe dyslexia, ADHD, attention problems, or severe anxiety which may lead a student to miss half of what was said in class. This range of disabilities means that each student you are providing notes for could have different needs, but there are some best practices you should adopt in your notes to make them the most accessible to the most students. You need to follow these specific formatting guidelines in your notes to ensure easy readability. Most of these apply to typed notes, but are useful to think about for organizing handwritten notes as well. For handwritten notes, the most important consideration is good handwriting. At the top of the page, write the class and date following the format as shown. Use 1-inch or 1.5-inch margins and indentations to separate information. Use effective formatting cues such as capitalization, underlining, and bullets. Use a sans serif font such as Calibri or Arial in size 13. This is the easiest to read on a screen and is the easiest for those with reading disabilities to follow. Use 1.5 paragraph line spacing. Be sure the announcement section is at the top of every set of notes, and make sure that the announcements are in a bulleted list for easy reading. When organizing your notes, you want to make them easy to navigate. Here are some do's and don'ts that can help. Do use bulleted lists to organize your notes. Don't use too many levels because it can be hard to read for people with reading disabilities. Stick with 2 levels as shown here. Also, there is no problem having a statement that isn't in a bulleted list. This can work great for information that is important but does not belong to a particular list. If something is important, say in parentheses that it is important, or bold or underline it. Do not use all caps or exclamation points to add emphasis. And don't use bold and underline and italics. Pick one and stick to it for emphasis. Add spaces after lists or paragraphs to separate information. Separate longer paragraphs or bullet points into shorter paragraphs or points with white space in between. Many students have difficulty focusing on a large block of text, so breaking it up into multiple small paragraphs or short bullet points can make it easier to read. This is a very basic example for how to follow the formatting guidelines from the past few slides. You can see the class information at the top is followed by the announcements. These notes are separated by topic and have information about each topic in bullet points. Important information is highlighted via asides in parentheses. Please email the note-taking coordinator if you would like more examples of notes. There are certain classes where it makes more sense to type your notes, but in other classes it is more